Hello and welcome. This is Live in Diaspora on CBI Community Network. My name is Lanre Omotosho. First, I want to thank you so much, those of you who are my good audience, who pick interest in this story that I'm trying to share regarding the good, the bad, and the ugly of our diaspora experiences as African immigrants in different foreign countries. I thank you so much. I'm getting the response and the feedback that I'm getting is quite encouraging, and I promise that I will support in whatever way I can to come up with educational pieces like this. Like I said the other time, we have not actually started because I'm talking about things that we need to get to understand before we actually jump in the diaspora water. So somebody asked me a question, and I want to address that question in this episode. The question is very simple, but it can be technical sometimes, and I don't want to mislead you guys. Remember I said the other time, we have not got into the diaspora yet. I'm just talking about things that we need to do or know before we get into our diaspora destination. Now, the question is that you listened to one of my episodes where I talked about developing yourself in some other skills apart from your profession. That is, in that episode I was talking about you learning some other skills that can earn you income, like income generating skills that you can fall on before you get yourself established in your career or your area of specialty. I was talking about that, and I think this is where this individual has a question. So he was asking me if the certificates that we carry from our home country, I will make Nigeria as a case study. I'm talking to Africans in general. The certificates, our college degree that we bring with us, if they are valuable enough to determine what our expectations would be. In other words, you are a medical doctor, you are a lawyer, you are a journalist, you are an engineer. Is that useless when you get abroad? Lucky enough, the standard of our education, I would say in Nigeria, is still comparable, can still rival, can still measure up to standard of many foreign countries. Our certificates that we earn from Nigeria, they meet international standard in many nations of the world. Let me share this with you. When I relocated out of Nigeria to where I am now, I had a second class 2-2. That's what I made in my first degree. So when I got here, I tried to go to school here. But for 1 year, I was afraid because my GPA was 2.9, something like that. So I had thought that by the time they converted, remember that before you can do that, they will reevaluate your certificate. They have some bodies set aside to do that evaluation. So they will now match it to the standard of education in their own country. So I was scared. I was afraid that by the time they are done with my 2.9 GPA grade, that it will probably drop to like maybe 2.2 or 2.1, something like that, which will make me not qualify for the admission I was looking for. So I didn't do it. For 2 years, I was still thinking. Then somebody told me, if you are serious about this, why don't you just do it first? Let's see how it will come. So I submitted it, and lo and behold, I can share it with you. When they are done with evaluating my result, I ended up in 3.6 GPA aggregate in the standard of their education. When I saw it, I was so excited. So which means that even where I'm coming from, Nigeria, our education is even a little higher in standard than theirs. I don't know how they did it, but that's how it came out to be. So whatever certificate you are holding from Nigeria, from Ghana, I don't know of some countries, but I know that some countries in Africa, they have recognized standard of education, well recognized standard of education. So what I'm saying is that experience gave me one notion that I studied in my own country and I have a GPA aggregate of 2.9. And when they evaluated it to another country standard, it jumped up to 3.6 aggregate. The question we should ask ourselves is why? Because the system of education in Nigeria is set to fail students. It's not set to train them or teach them. Some of those lecturers, they will tell you before you start the class, they will tell you that you are not going to pass their class if you don't meet certain obligations that they set for you. But in some countries abroad, you see that all they want to do is they will even take you systematically, step by step, how to be successful in school. They are not setting trap for you as an exam. Examination in our own country is a trap for people to fail, whereas examination in some other countries are set out to progress your knowledge in that area of study. That's what it is. In fact, I've come to realize that when you go to school abroad, where I know, you already have 100% in that class that you want to start. You have 100%. So you are just defending that 100%. So you can easily, simply graduate with a 100% grade in that course. What they do is give you 100% and put it in your bank. And then when you attend the class, you are not late to class. You do all your assignments and submit them. You interact and socialize with your colleagues in the classroom. You do your exam and you got it right. You maintain your 100%. Nothing is taken out of it. Whereas in our own country, they give you 0 when you enter the class. Every assignment, attendance, examination, and other practicals, you will now be struggling to push from 0 to 10. They give you 20. They give you an assignment that carries 20 marks. You push it up. So before you get to 80, you have really struggled. You have really worked hard. It is impossible for you. You have suffered. You have labored. That is the difference. Whereas over here, what will make you to fail is when you don't attend class. They can deduct 10 marks from your 100 they already gave you before you start at all. You have 90 remaining. And then they give you an assignment, you didn't submit it, they take another 20 from it. You understand? When you don't fulfill the obligations, they'll be deducting marks from your 100 until you get to wherever you want to get to. So if you're a serious student, you don't lose anything. It's only here that I see students scoring 92%, 98, 96% in a course. That is not the system in our country. That's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is to answer the question that the certificate you are bringing from your country is actually more valuable than you think it is. It may not work for you immediately, but don't throw it away. Be focused. You can work yourself in there. Get focused. That certificate that you have labored to obtain, keep it very well. It's still going to be useful for you. In fact, it's going to be considered as an international certificate if you know your way right. They will see it as an added value, an added asset to their system. So don't think that our certificate is not useful. Nigeria is good. Africa is good. We only have bad leadership. And the foreign nations, they know it. Because if you see the way Africans are making it abroad, the contributions of Africans to the economy, to politics, to so many things, to commercial activities, to engineering, to aviation, to information technology. If you see how they are thriving in abroad, in the diaspora, you will see that we are smart, we are intelligent. But what can we do when we have bad leadership? What can we do? That is why other nations are tapping into our brain. They are tapping into our strength as an asset. And then they tap into it to develop their own country. Unfortunately, our own country will not see people that are making other countries proud, that are making other countries functional in their foreign countries, and invite them to come and help back home. That is the kind of leadership that we have. And it's not our fault. The arithmetic is so simple. The answer is right on your fingertips. Thank you.